started. So let's get started. As I always say, a lot of my tribe comes sliding in as I get started, but I want you guys to get the whole of this because tonight I'm probably going to go right on the dot for our full hour, only because I tried to get as much in as I could. So again, I'm Dawn Thompson and welcome to the Truth Tribe. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so grateful for your presence. I love you all very much. You are all perfect exactly the way you are in this now moment, at this very moment in time. No matter what we discuss, remember, it has nothing to do with your perfection. It's just tweaks that we need to make in the world. So on that note, I went into meditation. I talked to my guides. I asked for guidance and I got neutrality requires polarity. And if you can't see it, if you've never seen it, more extreme and more intense and you're seeing it right now, you're seeing polarity, right? You're seeing the polar opposite of experiences, mirroring. And so seeing both sides of the scale or the pendulum is what creates balance. We have to see both sides of it, right? And so neutrality or equilibrium is coming up when we're seeing sides and polarity. And so you've been shown polarity, or you're being shown possibly polarity, so that you can integrate both and pull yourself back into your neutral state. But it's only going to fall into your center state of being when both are understood. So you can't understand only one and not get to neutral if you don't understand the opposite end of your polarity. So as a lighthouse, as I teach you all to becoming lighthouses and being lit and being a lighthouse who never moves, and you're not becoming a boat, you're just going to stay a lighthouse. And so a lighthouse is there, and you must see darkness to reveal how bright you are and how light you are in the dark. Okay. And so when a lighthouse is in daylight, it doesn't stop you from being a lighthouse. It neutralizes your need to shine or not shine. You can shine during the daytime if you're a lighthouse. They just might not see you as much, right? And so it's an equilibrium state of just being who you are. Because I've been trying to encourage you guys to be lighthouses, that's where it shows up, because I want you to shine your light. So when you're given opportunities of opposition, which is where the pendulum swings, right? You're being shown opportunities to integrate into neutrality. I'm not asking you to swing all the way to the opposite end. I'm asking you to see it so you can get to the neutral. You are all dark and light. You are. You are all realizing that nobody on this planet knows what's going on if you haven't figured that out. So it can be confusing right now as to what's truth, okay? That's the most exciting thing for me right now that's going on this planet right now is, I know that sounds weird, but finding your personal equilibrium. This personal equilibrium flow is your goal. Right? Learning how to flow around the darkness, the dark spots, the boulders, the things that are hindering you is polarity. This is your light. This is the boulder. And how do you flow in between keeps you in flow, which is neutrality. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay? Okay. So if you can keep in what I've been told planetarily, energetically, when I ask, I'm like, what is it? What is going on? Because it just seems like, what's the truth, right? Searching for equilibrium is what, because people are, y'all feeling wobbly, right? How many of you are feeling like, what is going on, right? And you can't even apply it to your personal life right now because you're like, wait, is that it? Do I want that? And we have been given this opportunity, and I'm so excited about it. And I know you guys get frustrated, like, that's not what I wanted. And I'm like, but you do want this, which is cool. So searching for equilibrium is what came to me through this meditation. Everything is energy. I teach you this every class and every call, every discussion, every retreat, and I will continue to remind you guys this. Everything is energy, and it is revealed in the pendulum of body, mind, spirit. Okay, and so there's this pendulum swinging back and forth to bring body, mind, spirit equilibrium of all three are equal. Okay, so I have it on my homepage. If you guys have ever been, go to the website, ideserveitnow.com, and it says purpose, power, and presence, right? So it's a mirror of your things, purpose, thoughts, power of your thought, and truth. Truth is presence. Are you in the presence of your truth or their truth? That's why you're asking, is that truth mine? Is that truth mine? That's why you guys are all out of equilibrium, which is making me laugh in a sense, because it's making us all do that. We're questioning, right? So the universe, the grid, the vibrational matter around you are mirrors of you. So if you think of it from that perspective, life is all things, okay? They're high, low, good, bad, in, out, right, wrong. And people ask me, is this right? Is this good? There is no right or wrong, good or bad. It's just vibrational space. So if we are in a state of searching for equilibrium, which is what we're all looking for, how do I get equal, right? Where is it? What is neutral? What is just this vibrational neutral right through your center of your DNA space, that your spine, that's your neutral space, balanced. Where is it? Okay. Why is it eluding so many right now? Because you have to think about that. Why is it really escaping? Why can't people find equilibrium right now? And it's so simple, yet we kind of get frustrated, like, did I really miss this? And I don't think you missed it, but excessive focusing for so long on things, okay, on the body part, body, mind, spirit, things, thoughts, truth. We focused on body and things, and there's nothing wrong with that, because remember, equilibrium is all of it. But we focused so much on things for so long, and then when the scales got tipped, we began to experience spirit and truth slipping. Okay, so our souls began to pull away from a polarized side of thinking on things, focused on things, and we went back to thought, and we're passing through thought, and we're going now back into spirit, right? Creating a frequency shift, a frequency reset. And so what happened is we were so obsessed with things and this, instant reality, instant gratification, that it caused so much focus there, we forgot about this over here, right? And this is causing so much confusion because the quantity of time in the things department became habitual to the point where you guys got hypnotized, right? All of us, the planet, in our obsession of that instant gratification of things over truth. Okay, and truth is presence, presence is spirit, body, mind, spirit. Okay, and so is truth equal? Yes, things aren't wrong, things aren't bad. That's why I keep trying to teach you guys, it's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's how much quantity is making you out of equilibrium. And that's why we feel off and uncentered and unbalanced, because one's just off. Okay, so we've now swung to the truth. What is the biggest focus on the planet at the moment? Truth, right? Is that what everybody's talking about? You guys have to hear this and see this and go, oh, right? We have now swung to truth. This is physics, my friends. Okay? You cannot fake energy, period. So the pendulum basically has shown the universal law of polarity. That's what happened. And so when you take a pendulum, you swing it. Everyone who knows, when you swing a natural pendulum and you pull it to one end of the spectrum, physics is proof that it has no other way to go but exactly the same amount of degrees to the other side. So when we go to things for so long to such an intensity, it has to swing back over here to the point where it will continue to swing as much over here as it did over here. So this pendulum has shown us this universal law of polarity. Seeking truth to create thoughts, things, thoughts, and truth, right? That give us our sovereign personal power. And we have power when we are in our own personal thoughts. Purpose, power, presence. Things, thoughts, truth, body, mind, spirit. That's how basic this is, okay? So Guys, what's happening is when we seek out truth right now, everyone's wanting to know the truth, okay? Because we're seeking truth to create the thoughts. So we go, okay, what is my truth? What thought do I need to have in order to have my personal power to have the things or purpose that I want? And the things weren't matching anymore to the truth that you want within your soul. It's that basic. So we have to go, all right, polarity seems bad, right? If I want to be the light and I want to, this is my truth, and that seems really scary, it's necessary for oneness, because you can't be bright in bright. You can't see how light you are. You can't see how amazing you are. That's what you are all feeling. And it's confusing if you aren't aware of polarizing energy. If you aren't aware of wholeness becoming things, thoughts, and truth. And why is truth so big right now? Because it is the polar opposite of things. And no one can question our instant gratification society we've like grown up in. Like, you literally can go online and order something and Amazon can have it there in an hour. That's instant gratification of things. There's nothing wrong with the thing. It's that it is overcome and overcompensated for your truth. Do I really need this? Is this important to me? The value of me. Okay, so we have to get wholeness. And so that the things count. Anything you can touch is things: a relationship, a person, a body, your heart, a spoon, a house, a car, things. Okay, so why now is the whole planet feeling so crappy about things that have become habitual programmed for 100 years? Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years, right? Because basically our spirit has been gradually hacked away, and unknowingly we just ignored it. We just didn't know, right? And so our soul began to request, what is the greater meaning? Why am I here on this planet? A lot of people want to know, what's my purpose? That's the big phrase in the self-help world. What's my purpose? Why am I here? And so the soul's becoming more requesting of its growth. So it has integration of the equilibrium, so we don't feel out of alignment, right? So in that search, you realize that things and thoughts alone won't free you, and all three that you need, including spirit. You need spirit. You need soul's truth. Your soul, remember, it's all different, right? And so this is the reality of spiritual poverty that I've explained to you guys that we've had for so long. Okay, our spirit is hungry and it wants to be fed, and it's waking up to books and audios and teachers and spiritual, and there's no right or wrong, no better or worse. When someone's like, don't listen to them, yeah, there are some charlatans, there are some things out there that want to get you, but does it make it wrong? No, it's not for that person. They'll know when the vibration is shifting. But source consciousness, God consciousness, truth is God consciousness, source consciousness. That's truth. Source consciousness is pure, beautiful, unconditional love, okay? And your truth with source is why you're here. That's the greater meaning you are all seeking, okay? You all made a contract. Remember that? We talked about this. You all made a contract to complete your truth, and it really is to raise your awareness and your personal consciousness to a higher frequency as a collective. You chose to come down at this era, at this age. I mean, it's just so fascinating that we get to experience what we're all experiencing right now, which is misalignment of our equilibrium, so that we were going, no, and we pulled back off of the things and pulled back into alignment with spirit and truth, so that things, thoughts, and truth were all in alignment, equilibrium. And that's why we're feeling wobbly. So when is the new earth coming is an ongoing question I get. When's the new earth? It's supposed to be moving into this new earth, right? Guys, we're already in it. It just flipped. It flipped upside down. That's what happened. So yes, I keep teaching you, here's 3D, 4D, 5D. It's kind of like a bridge, right? But what happened is it was like this, okay? Dark was on top and it flipped, and now light is on top. It's just the best way I can describe it. So don't take it technically when someone says, well, Dawn flipped the earth. I did not flip the earth. But what my reasoning, I'm trying to show you this flip of energy. is that darkness is being revealed because your beautiful lights, your lighthouses, have become so abundant that they flipped on the earth switch, right? To more lights and more lighthouses and less dark. So now the light was less and the dark was stronger, kind of shrouding us, and it flipped. So cool, right? So cool. So my point is that you could choose to live in darkness. It's just going to be less populated. And eventually you're going to have to shift into higher vibrations and higher vibing energy and higher vibrational thoughts and moving into spirit in some form. Source consciousness, love. That's what source consciousness is. It's love, right? And so just because people who hold fear and control as their truth doesn't mean it has to be yours. Okay. Our new earth is light and love. The dark has been overridden. It's hard to see because dark's trying to tell you, no, 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 with all of its last boxes, right? What does balance mean to you? That's what the universe, that's what the planet is going through right now, and is asking you to evaluate you. Stop evaluating people out there and the TV wizards and all the boxes out there. How are they doing it? What is it? Is it right or wrong? It doesn't matter. What does balance mean to you in your soul? Because so many right now I'm watching are in judgment of others, and your frequency, your vibrational frequency, this bubble around you, right, is determined by basically your acceptance of others' imbalances, of others' boulders and darkness in your way, right? And how they may be blind to their darkness or shadows. They might not even know it or see it. That's that judgment that's coming up right now. And so does that take you out of balance or not? And neutral is basically allowing and staying in neutrality instead of not losing yourself in other shadows and those boulders in your way, right? So it's seeing this planet that's in chaos while also seeing this beautiful harmony as it's showing each person's fears or traumas, kind of like in high def, big screen viewing, right? Because isn't that what you guys are all seeing right now? Like everyone's drama and trauma and boulders in high def, and they're bam right there for you. And equilibrium for you, this is all about you right now, okay? It requires you to see the opposites as necessary to become whole. So when you're not aware of your own hot spots, of your own dark shadow boulders, right, you are prone to being programmed by others with the same hot spots or the same boulders who have more invested into keeping their darkness intact by keeping you with them. Because the masses, mass dark or mass light, which one do you want to be in, right? The flip or the flop? Do you need to participate in heavy, dark, boulder type energy, controlling energy? No, you don't need to participate in it. But it's not easy to remove yourself from shadows and unwanted if you are unaware of it inside of all of you guys. Friends, I'm going to give very clarity on this one topic here, okay? Please understand that when I bring up light and dark, we project it out and we judge people like, oh, they're dark and I'm light. And that's not how it works. Understand that we are all masculine and feminine. The yin and the yang is dark, black strip and a white strip. And the black strip has a white dot in it, which is the feminine, and the white strip has a black dot in it, which is the masculine. That is flow. It's masculine, feminine. It's yin and yang. It's the sun and the moon. And we must accept that the dark and the light within is also without. And so judging externally changes us from our focus of being here out there, and that does you no good. You are the mirror of your reality. Okay? So it will grow your reality if you see dark when it appears, right? In order for you to equalize it, or shall I say neutralize it, right? You have to shine brighter than the dark. So the brightness over here has to be equal to the dark you're seeing when people are like, well, I don't want to be light all the time. I don't want to be the lighthouse with all this darkness. Well, if that's how dark is showing up in your world and you want the pendulum extreme opposite, that's what creates neutrality. That's how it's hard to understand that we need the darkness to see how much you've grown, to make a warm neutral light glow, because between their dark and you're super bright, you become this warm, beautiful glow in your own life, right? And so why do we struggle with this aspect of our life? Because you wouldn't know any different. How would we? Why? Because these TV wizards and the boxes of institutions have programmed you to see the world as body and mind, year after year after year, trying to cut out spirit, your soul. It's cutting out your soul. And every box has done its part in cutting spirit away from this human beingness. Your soul is in there, being in a human being. Okay. And so think of the boxes and how they've been cutting it out. I want you to look at the thing that is the boulder that's dark so you can shine light in that box that's affecting you. Because I've been talking to a lot of people and I'm like, different boxes, different environments, different structures affect everybody differently. Things that don't bother me, I don't even think about them. You guys will ask me questions like, can you believe it? I'm like, well, it really doesn't bother me. So, I mean, you have to think about the boxes that are crumbling right now that are those are the darknesses that are going, no, I'm going to hold on to you. I'm going to program you so you stay with me because I don't want to lose. And if you're independent, you don't care. Pharma would be one of them. Big Farm. The simplest visual for you to see is 75% of the planet taking antidepressants. We don't need to worry about all the other meds out there, medications, because some of it's good. Again, dark does not mean bad, but many struggle with an antidepressant to wean off of it because they're so dangerous and deadly if you do. They numb the soul. Been working. So when the soul is free, it solves sadness on its own. Crazy thought, I know, but there's the thought of power. Think about religion, right? It became the middleman, very restrictive, with sinning and separation from God. It was the box between you and God. God's unconditional, pure love, guys. You don't need a box to talk to God. If you listen to me, I talk so much to God. God is always like, Dawn, shut up, enough, quiet. So I get it. Right? I'm so constant in communication with Source that Source is like, probably I'm one of the troubled child in that class. Media, you don't know what's true anymore. Here again, out of equilibrium. Unless the truth is being delivered to match a fear, only then will it resonate with the truth in you, one of your boulders. That's okay. Let it find out what that truth is. Is it really true? Think about education. Why do I have to learn that when I want to learn this, right? Why don't they let you pick? Why must we be limited to non-expansive education? Now we start seeing these boxes crumbling from polarity of our awakening of our inner truth. And our inner truth says, I don't want that. We don't have to have a choice. I do have a choice. I have the power of my thought to choose. So if you're me, right, you wanted this crumbling and destabilization and a non-equilibrium for 30 years plus, right? If you're a newbie, this can be super scary. No reason to be fearful, but I'm helping you understand, why am I out of equilibrium? Why do I not feel in alignment? Because you've been slowly weaning yourself back over to this side of the pendulum of polarity of spirit and truth. Example, the truth tribe. So it's simple. If you start simply equalizing and neutralizing your state of being back into oneness, wholeness, okay, which is to flow from that inner maverick that I taught you guys, to just be this like maverick with the sword out, to the nurturer, and then back to the masculine, then back to the feminine. And it keeps cycling, dark to light. You don't get stuck with one. That is flow. That's like water flowing through the boulders. You don't get stuck there. equal amounts in balance. Yet most of us forgot about the spirit. Whatever spirit is for you, it's just truth. You can sit knee to knee with Source, knee to knee with God, and God's going to say, you live in the truth you and I agreed on? Most of you can't admit to that. Most of you can say, yeah, no, I'm not really living the truth I know is inside of me that I really want to live. In my relationships, in the love of my life, are they that? Or in my health, in my wealth, in my spending, in my family, in my children, in my education, and whatever. You can't say that's your truth. So you have an opportunity to equalize and balance all. Okay? And the good news is that you're all three. That's the equilibrium. Body, mind, spirit, things, thoughts, and truth. Okay? And so for the last 30 years, probably 30 plus years, you guys have been raising your spiritual vibration, probably 50 even. Okay? One at a time. And all these lighthouses on the planet have been popping up. Bing, 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 right? More and more and more. So the quantity of the population has been getting into a higher frequency, has grown. So it's so expansive, right? That it's revealing you guys are the reason for the crumbling of the old controlled and restrictive dark fear boxes. All of us did it. We did this to ourselves. And I think it's amazing. I freaking love it. It's hard because you were looking at what we're habitually used to. These are old forms of access to go, well, what did they say? Where did I learn it? What did they tell me? What did the wizards tell me? And the wizards don't have the answers anymore. That's why we're struggling with equilibrium of truth. What is the truth? But you're all taking back your power. Okay. You're all in charge when you are all willing to see what programming is possible and was possible. And now, as part of the new earth, you're continually holding light and keeping your lighthouses lit. You're staying lit. You're staying lit in what's your value, what's your truth. Okay. And so now what if you felt, let's just say you fall into a TV wizard programming in some way. And I don't care what it is, because there's so much going on. Is it this? Do I take the thing? Do I take that? Do I fall in for that? Do I accept this? Do I accept that? Do I do what they're telling me? And you did it. And you're like, no, now I don't want to do that. No, I don't know, because I think I've changed my truth. Super okay. Can I reverse it? Yes. You can reverse anything you don't want to do anymore right now today. That's the equilibrium I'm sharing with you. That's why we're feeling off, because we're being given this opportunity to equalize the polarity. Okay? And so this is why God gave us free will, you guys. This is it. We get to use it immediately, no matter where we are on the polarity scale. That's why this is happening. Okay. And so it's time to ask what you wish to be ended in your life, what you wish to see ending in your life, right? What you will no longer accept in your life. What is dark about your life? Where are boulders sitting in your life? And you're like, I wish that boulder wasn't there. Okay. You don't have to accept it. Pain, emotion, fear, anger, hate. One of the consciousness scale experiences. Okay. So I want you guys to start seeing yourself as a light and how you can shine light in that darkness. So when it shows up, instead of being in resistance and being irritated, we have to go, oh, so when they show up, the brighter I am, the more I can see why this darkness is showing up, because I am the light and I need darkness to see how light I really am. You wouldn't even notice the darkness if you were dark with it, because you guys would blend in together. And someone said sometimes being bright means leaving a room. Sometimes it does, because they only want to accept, I told you, the darkness, the dark people, the dark experiences, the dark world, the boulders that don't want to move. They want to be lighter, but they don't want to move. They will not accept you unless you get into their darkness because they don't want to move. Then that's okay. Super true. Okay. So Let's just say you're like, I changed my mind. I don't want to be there anymore. What information do you need to research? What knowledge do you need to move from making it a no and moving it to a yes for you? Okay. What keeps your light on? You can see the darkness and understand it, seeing it, and simply just brings you back to the center of polarization. That darkness doesn't mean you stop being light, just means you can get to the middle. Okay. This spiritual piece is a big deal for people because we've been taught spirituality, spiritual truth is about being nice. And I want to be very clear. So stop being so nice. Enough. Stop being nice and accepting things that you don't really want because you were just taught to do that, right? You don't need to be mean, which is the extreme opposite of being super nice and being mean. That's the polar opposite, right? It means you just got to come to the middle. It's time to avoid being the doormat. So some of you are imbalanced in body, some of you imbalanced in mind, and some are you imbalanced in spirit. Ask yourself now, what irritates me the most right now? Okay. Physical pain or financial security, that would be body. Write it down for yourself. Okay. Depressive, dark thoughts, that would be mind, because you have the power to change it at any free moment, free will time. Okay. Or unmanifested dreams and deservingness in my wishes. Like, I wish for this, but I don't know if I'm good enough for that. That's spirit. Okay. Where are you imbalanced or out of it? You have an equilibrium off. Ask yourself that. Because I want you to think through this, guys. I was super lopsided on the spiritual side for most of my younger life. And so mind and spirit were so strong, right? Much stronger than body and things energy for me. Okay. So I'm sure none of you would be surprised why my body attracted pain to get attention to be part of the party. Does that make sense? So now I see that all three are needed. I don't allow any imbalances. Okay. So if you excessively fill energy into the body department, the things department, money, security, things I want to acquire, and you neglect mind and spirit, you're going to feel it in other ways: emotions, truth, people who are taking advantage of you, being dishonest, irritants. Those will be irritating to you. So if you don't want to keep playing nice and ignore the strobe lights in your life alerting you, is this uncomfortable? Bleep, bleep, and it's uncomfortable, and you keep avoiding it. Is this what you want? Is this irritating sonar energy pinging what you want in return? Then you are the one that's going to be sitting in the dark. Is that bad? Not at all. Not at all. Understand, though, that you are the only one who can save you. You are the only one that can find your inner truth. You are the only one that can ask yourself these questions. Okay? Do I like being told how to live healthy, but their version is not healing me? Anybody ever ask that question? I go get healing, but I'm not feeling healed. Do I learn in a box, but I don't understand all fields of consciousness? How do I learn in this box if I'm not understanding all things? Equal opportunities. How do I feel connection when I'm separated and disconnected? How do I spend consciously when I'm not being taught how to spend in balance and equal parts? Conscious spending. How can I be an alchemist holding lead? Here's your two polarizations, right? Holding lead and holding gold. Any of you have read The Alchemist, my favorite book. It can become silver, just as precious and just as neutral. Or physical pain and spiritual strength. Pain and spirit, physical body and spiritual, to manifest instant healing. You guys can have toxic food shortages taken away. Oh my gosh, they're going to shut down, pushing you over to the organic food over here, as your soul is simply just seeking nutrition. That's it. Your soul knows what to do in neutral and flow through all of the bolters. What boulder in your life, you guys, is where you are resisting putting back into your vibration because it looks dark and scary? Because seeing it can help you neutralize it. It's over here. Okay? So I'm going to give you a simple tip tonight on how to do this, because people are really struggling with, how do I interpret the world? I really just wanted you guys to understand equilibrium is happening right now because we feel out of equilibrium. We feel like nothing is balanced, that we're just completely out of balance and we don't know how to get there. My answer is if you don't use the vibrational source spiritual energy grid and the vibration, you're going to be out of balance, because you're going to keep trying to work things in this 3D physical realm. It's not going to work. We need balance of all three. I see a lot of questions coming in right now, so you guys, I absolutely are going to answer them. So I will get to them 2 minutes. The thing I want to teach you guys, and then I'm going to give you a planetary update of how it's matching all of this, which is why it's also happening. Okay. What boulder is coming in, which is what I'm going to teach you guys about the chakra river. I taught you the chakra river, the golden ball in, money ball out. Okay. But we're going to add a piece to this. I did a little research, and I'm always like adding things on, and I use this tool. I came up with it through meditation, and then I was watching, my mom and I were watching, she's like, gotta watch this, and we were talking about it. It was so cool. And then all of a sudden I was like, that's the tool I use for the chakra river. And so I added a piece to it. I know it's going to sound too simple, which is what a lot of you guys don't like, and it's too bad, because the simpler these tools are, the faster they work. Okay. So if you think about the chakra river, and here's this crystal ball, okay? And when the crystal ball opens up and lights you up, all right? We're going to do it together, but I'm going to add a piece to the river, okay? So we're opening up the spirit running through DNA into your spine, opening up the spinal column of vibrational lit up light, okay? But we have to decide what we want. And a lot of us have a hard time picking what we want vibrationally, energetically, and it's in your grid. Okay. Vibrationally, I want you all to think of what you want. I want a healthy, loving relationship, one that's so beautiful and full of unconditional love. Literally, I want to be a power couple. Okay. Or I want financial freedom, or I want this amazing company that helps the planet in ascension and raises their consciousness. Or I want super healthy body that's strong and full and vibrant and full of life. I want to get pregnant. I want a baby. I don't want a baby. You guys know that, but let's just say you want a baby. Okay. Those kinds of things. I want you to just think of that thing right now that you want more than anything in the world. And I want you to just imagine it's out there. And I want you to everybody right now, put your hand out and grab it. Grab the thing that you want. I'm going to grab health, okay? That's my healthy body, my healthy, strong body with power and resilience and vibration. I've been doing this a lot lately, okay? Reach out and grab it. You can see it out in the vibrational grid around you. So grab it and bring it up here and put it into the crystal ball that we talked about. And here's your crystal ball in. And what you're going to do is I want you to grab the thing that you want, bring it into the crystal ball, feel it, see it, grab it, and then we're going to bring it in, and you're going to run the crystal ball. You're going to run the crystal ball in. You're going to clear the thoughts that block you from it, holding on to it. You're going to open your ears to hear what you need to hear so that you can hear it, opening up your voice so you speak truth, unzipping your heart, pushing up, pushing down, and you're going to push it into the core of your base chakra, and you're going to let it sit there. That thing, for me, it's health. It sits right there at the base, the red chakra of your pelvis, right in your pelvis. You're going to let it sit there, and then you're going to push the crystal ball down into the earth, and it's going to spin around immediately, come back from grounding yourself into the earth, coming back up, lighting up that new you, that new energy you just put in the base chakra, your spiritual vibration came in and became you. That ball is going to come in and it's spinning, grabbing all the dark blocks and boulder spots inside of your body, coming in, muddy ball out. And I want you to clap out anything that's blocking you from this point forward and let it go. So again, the thing that you want, it's so easy. Reach out and grab it, see it, bring it in, crystal ball, put it in the ball with you, let it spin in. Wipers. Open up the auditory, open up the heart, push it into the base chakra, let it stay there, run the ball down to the base of the earth, bringing it back up in, and clap, and it's gone. That is how fast you can remove the blocks. That is how fast you bring in the item, thing, whatever it is that you're looking for. I know it sounds so simple. I'm just telling you vibrationally, that's how it works. And I'm going to bring it up more because this question just came in again about that. Okay, so planetary update, and then I'm going to get into all these questions. Okay. Planetary update. New moon is on August 8th. Okay. And today's the 2nd. So in 6 days, we have a new moon in Leo. I love Leo because Leo is the sign of the child and the sign of the sun and brightness, the ball, the crystal ball that you're bringing in these beautiful light on August 8th at 16 degrees. Okay. And so, oops, just a second. I just lost my notes. Let's see. There we go. And so at 16 degrees on August 8th, that's where, if you know your chart, that's where the Leo new moon will sit. Okay. Leo new moons, you guys, are great energy for how we focus on like what and who we love the most. It's about love and joy and fun. So we want to enjoy ourselves and we want to let loose now. That's what this new moon is. So it's a great time for playing and getting away and having a good time. So set it through this timeline. Try to make time for laughter. This is also bringing in, it's ushering in a new moon on the 8th, and it's also bringing in what's called the Lion's Gate portal. What does that mean, the Lion's Gate? People are talking about this and they were asking me, what is the Lion's Gate portal? It basically means there's an alignment between the star Sirius in the sky, so there's an alignment right here, okay? And then our galactic center, and then the sun is in Leo. And the sun is in Leo at this time. And so it's open right now. And so it's at its peak opening of this portal. A portal opens on the 8th. New moon in sun, in this alignment, in this opening of portal. So basically streams of downloads are pouring into your manifestations, which means they're more potent, okay? And instantaneous when you focus on them with this love and joy energy. So valuable right now, okay? So I'm bringing this up because if you can literally just grab what you want and bring it in and pull out all the blocks, clap them out. And I mean clap them so their dissolve's gone, right? Leo is such a highly creative sign. And so you're all going to feel super creative in ways to get rid of this stuff and go, I'm getting it, right? And a new moon, the new moon on top of it is squaring 3 signs, okay, away from it. Which means it's, remember I taught you what a square is, an actual square angle to Uranus right now. And so Uranus is in Taurus. So Tauruses are struggling a little bit. People with Uranus energy or Aquarian energy, that kind of stuff that's uncomfortable for some people, it's going to get tripped up by this new moon in a good way because it's kicking in impatience. Uranus energy is in and out, in and out, in and out. And they're like, I want stability. That's what a bull wants, right? The Taurus wants. And so you could kick up impatience. It can kick in impulsive Uranian energy. So we may push for things a little too fast without thinking things through, like, I just need to let that sit for a little bit. We may want change. I want you guys to open up to change, but I want you to be smart about it, okay? There might be sudden developments with the new moon coming in, right? And because you're manifesting and you're doing it quick, I want you to be willing to adjust and not be stubborn when it's going, try this instead. Try not to be stubborn with that Taurus moon energy squaring each other, okay? New moon in Leo, the lion, the king, and then the Taurus energy and Uranus, they're both stubborn. So this is the balance or the equilibrium that I'm talking about. You can create fast and think it through and think it in your thoughts and manifest it with fun intention, but be patient. Choice and trust. Choose what you want and trust that you're putting it vibrationally out there into spirit. Have faith that you have your truth and that it's going to create the thoughts you need to create the things you want. That's the equilibrium we're looking for, all 3, okay? Okay, tonight's tips, so we don't forget. Finding equilibrium requires you to see dark and hold your light. So the center will fall into neutral, okay? Find your truth to the centeredness. Flow is your goal, okay? Polarity or the pendulum needs to both settle into neutral. It's the law of mirroring. So when dark shows up, it's just literally showing you how bright you really are. Freaking cool. Dig and research. I cannot stress enough. What you want, what you allow, that manifestation becomes part of you. So if you want something bad enough, you've got to be very intentional about it, and you have to not allow anything other than that. And if it's something you don't want, flow around it and get what you want. Again, send that golden ball in, grab your dream and bring it back into the base secure chakra. Connect all three: spirit, mind, and body. Everybody right here. I am courage. I am love. I am courage. I am love. Okay. Lots of questions are coming in, you guys. So let me just go here. Here's your challenging question that runs you into that new moon. And I think it's going to be like really powerful for a lot of you. What darkness is appearing or bolder to get your light for equilibrium? It wants you to light up more. It wants you to show your light. It wants you to show who you want to be in that darkness so that it transmutes it into neutrality. Okay. So let's open it up for Q&A. If you guys want to keep commenting in the chat box with me on Zoom, I would love it to keep throwing them in. We're doing good on time. Let's see. Comment in the chat what boulders that you guys fear are blocking you. Like, oh, I'm afraid that's blocking me. And I can kind of help you pass through it and show you the flow around. Okay. So question number 1 was, would you please share some more mind, body, spirit examples of how out of balance, examples of out of balance? Real life examples really help. Can we do one for mind and one for body and one for spirit? Yes. You know, so this is where I was trying to explain to you guys, you'll know when you're out of balance. Okay. You'll know when you're out of balance. You know when then something's not working and you've been working at it for a long time. There's something blocking you, or there's something that you've really wanted, but you allow it to be out in the future or in the present. Okay. And this is what happens. So here's what I like to explain. Okay. What she's asking is it that simple to just reach out and grab the thing you want in your life and bring it in with the crystal ball? Yes. Why does this seem so difficult? And we're trying to use real life experiences. And the reason I'm explaining that is because it's your energy field, you guys. You're all vibration. Remember I told you here's the grid. Okay, imagine your body is this planet, a planet of you. And then here's this energy grid, longitude, latitude lines tattooed around you, and they expand out into the universe, multiple galaxies. Okay, so here's the point I'm trying to make. If you want something, it's in your energy field, because you couldn't even imagine wanting that if it wasn't in your energy field already. It's just your free will to integrate it from out there into your now moment instead of in the past or the future moments. That's how basic this is. So your base is your things chakra. I'm trying to get you to grab it out there, just in your mindset, just a thought. I have the power to tell spirit truth. My truth is I want that. And I want that in my base chakra vibrationally. That's how basic this is. And I know you're like, yeah, right. Just start trying it. That's how basic this becomes. Okay. And so if I want to change something about spirit, I don't have faith. This is someone saying, I just don't have faith that, you know, I can manifest a lighter, easier life. And then I can manifest talking to God, and God will give me back messages or angels or source spirit. I need to have a message. So I'm going to bring that message back, and I'm going to ask for it to be right here and connected to source at all times, so that I always have spiritual insight at all time. Maybe it's mind. I have a lot of dark, depressive thoughts, and I see that I want to see happy, a smile, joyful thoughts. I want to see myself laughing all the time. I'm going to grab a picture of myself laughing. I'm going to put it in the crystal ball, and I'm going to put it into the base of my chakra, run that money ball out and pull it back out and get rid of the blocks that were blocking me from that happy thought pattern. And then when it comes to physical body, I just hurt my toe this weekend. And I literally did this to heal my toe. I stubbed it really bad. And I literally grabbed out a healthy body, healthy toe, healthy everything, balanced it out, put it in, and let it go. And I literally feel better. And no one would believe me. None of my kids would believe me either, but I did it. So that's where I'm trying to get you guys to understand this perspective, okay? If I didn't make sense in that, that's body, mind, and spirit. It can be, I have a health condition. I have maybe you have a heart condition. I'm going to reach out and grab this beautiful heart. Maybe you have a stagnant liver, or your liver is congested and you're having a hard time, or maybe you have, acne. It can be something basic like that, right? Or you have a relationship problem. And I see this beautiful marriage, I'll just use a marriage partner, or I see a beautiful new boyfriend in my future, and I really want that person. This is who he is, this is what he looks like. I'm going to reach out and grab him and put him right into the base of my chakra so that he's part of my vibrational grid in the now, not out into the future. Put it in here. And then bringing that ball back out of the earth, grabbing all the blocks that are inside of you that keep you from shining that light and becoming one with that thing, clap it out. Okay? Or a girlfriend, yes. Or you can be looking for a girlfriend, one or the other. Okay, so someone's asking, let me ask these next two questions. I'm gonna keep going. All right. Can we reach equilibrium, balanced equilibrium, they're asking, if we are programmed not to do so? Ooh, that's a really, really deep, smart question. Okay, yes. It's first understanding that programming exists in general in the matrix of vibration, okay? And then flowing past it, and it's a rock, okay? So if it's a rock in your way, the simplest way for me to explain that is, what rock is restricting you access, okay? And so a perfect example is, if I'm told I must do something and it's going against what I want, what my truth is, okay, I ask it myself. This is an example of the programming. Is this my truth? If not, I find a new flow path, right? And I keep moving. I don't stop, and I don't become upset with the dark boulder in my way, or the person, or the comment, or the snide comment, or the snarky comment, or someone telling me I'm bad, or telling me I'm not good enough, or I'm not going to be accepted. Okay, then I just find a way to move past and flow past that boulder. I flow around it. And if you're feeling, all of you are, this is the equilibrium that's out of balance. If you're feeling heavy, stuck, irritated, you have to find a way to flow around it and not absorb it. And that's what's been happening. We keep getting absorbed into the dark boulders that are blocking us. And my answer is, just go around it. I promise, if you just keep moving to what you want, you will find a new way. I have paid attention to nothing that's happened in the last year and a half. I mean, I see it, but I haven't accepted it because it's not part of my truth. Nor does it have to be part of your truth. Watch it, see it. Is that the boulder I want? No, flow around it. Try a new way. Okay, next question. Am I doing good on time? I am. Okay. If something in our life, which seems like it was in such alignment with our past, suddenly falls apart, how can we redirect ourselves in the right direction instead of freezing and panicking? What is the best way to center ourselves and receive guidance for moving forward? Ooh, this is so good. Okay. So I'm going to answer this from the same perspective of the golden ball. Okay. Something we're working on, and then we thought we wanted that, typically is because we have boulders blocking us in our vibrational grid, our matrix, personal matrix. Okay. Remember, I explained to you, this vibration is around you. You can't think it or have it or want it if it's not part of your thought pattern of spirit truth, of your truth. Okay. So I want this thing and I'm wanting it. It's working out, and then it falls apart. You typically have a boulder in the way. Now, a lot of you can go on, if you're in the IDI Center group, in that membership, you can go on and listen to the meditations on the website. in your membership access. And there's a one in there that will burn these infinite loops of blocks that are in your way. But if you want the faster version, I gave it to you guys tonight. Literally, I want you to go in and grab that thing again, put it into your crystal ball, run the Muddy Ball River. Now, remember, I posted this on the website. If you're in the IDI membership, which this person is, if you're a Truth Tribe member, go in and look in the tools. It's in more tools, and the Crystal River Chakra tool is there. Okay, grab what you want, put it in that crystal ball, clear it out. And what you're doing is going, whatever's blocking me with the muddy ball, when the muddy ball comes out, whatever's blocking me from having this, clap it out and release it. You don't need to know the specifics. You can, if you really want to know, reach out and grab what specifically is blocking me from that thing and pull that in and clap it out. I have you clap out all the muddy blocks, not just one. But again, it's up to each of you how you want to integrate that, because we're here to integrate. We're here to become equal, an equilibrium of oneness. Guys, when someone tells you you can't have this anymore, this is bad, you can't have this is wrong, go, okay, cool, because this is what I want, which is completely opposite, which means it's bringing you to neutral, going, but what you are going to get is even better. You don't want that and you don't want this, but this is shining enough to say, settle down and allow it to flow. When someone tells me I can't have that, I go and find a new way. And sometimes I'm like, oh, this is so much better than what I wanted, because I found a new path. So these blocks show up because you think there's only one way to get there, instead of having faith, truth, faith, presence. That's what faith is. Having presence in our ability to trust be something you desire. Happily amazing married power couples are not going, oh, I wish I had the love of my life. They're not desiring. Their marathons and they're super healthy and they're super strong are not going, oh, they're not trying to manifest health. Someone who is financially abundant and doesn't think about it and they're financially free are not trying to manifest wealth. That's what I'm trying to get to you. So if there's something you wanted and it broke down for a little bit, there's just something in the way. Run the crystal ball river, the chakra river. Open your chakras up so that the base chakra is holding that thing that you want. The same system works. Okay? Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay. Did I answer that for the question that I put in there? It seemed like we're in alignment with our path and then suddenly it falls apart. How do we redirect ourselves in the right direction? Instead of freezing and panicking, what's the best way to recenter ourselves and receive guidance? Stay centered on what you want. Does that make sense? If you're staying centered on what you want, that's how to get yourself to that space. Cool. So don't give in. This person is really brilliant for asking this question because it's a question everybody wants to know. I wanted that and it didn't work out. The answer is there's just a block in the way. There's a boulder on one of your intersections of your grid, okay? And all you have to do is not give up, which means it's faith, which means it's truth, which means it's trusting your truth. What you want is still there. You just got to flow around it instead of giving up. Whether it's love, and again, guys, remember I told you it's going to apply differently to all of you on different levels because awesome. I think you all should want different things because none of you are here with the same soul contract. Okay, I think I got all the questions in. Did I get all the questions in? Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Let me make sure. Cool. Okay. One more. Hold on. Feeling totally out of balance all of a sudden. What if your soulmate takes the jab and you're against it, you're feeling afraid for them being harmed by that. And then if they could harm me, is it the same with someone like this? And as to how you were speaking about, yes, it's absolutely the same. Okay. So many people have asked me this question. One person in a relationship takes the jab and another person doesn't. And it's like, what do I do? You flow around it and you find resources. I have resources. Those of you, this person is on my, many of my I Deserve It groups, as well as the and I will send you resources to block you from having any alternative. So this is my point. This is a vibration when we go, okay, they did this, and this is dark and light, my way and their way. And there's a neutral ground so she can flow around it, and she just can't see it yet. But she's asked the question, which is the research I was telling you guys earlier, and now she's going to get some solutions that will help and solve, that I've helped so many people find the same path. And 2 other people are on here saying what you just asked. She just asked this question, 2 other people like, oh yeah, I've had the same thing. I experienced the same thing in my relationship. And so we had to find a way so both could be, one had to take it and one did not. And it's super okay. It doesn't change. It just changes the way you flow. You have to accept their darkness and accept your extreme lightness to find where the alchemy is to get to silver. You will. So reach out to me after this. I will send you some resources to help you feel that it's okay. I also want this person to reach out and grab what is the neutral solution to not being affected by someone else who did choose that solution. Bring it in, put it into your core, run the river chakra, and watch what happens. Your body will just be in protective receiving mode. It won't receive anything it doesn't want or need. It will also respond to everything as if it's in a protective bubble because your vibration is there. I know this is hard, guys, because if you can't see it, you feel like it's not there. And you all got programmed into the things you can see, touch, feel. And the problem is that vibrationally, you have more power. Everything you manifest, this portal, everything that's coming right now up to the next 6 days is in manifestation mode, because manifestation happens in truth and spirit on the 5th dimension. So the faster you take everything out of source, out of the grid, put it into here, you become one with the higher vibrational grid. So she has a very, very powerful question, because so many people are being polarized, and both of them, both polarized people in this relationship, can be pulled back into neutral by not pushing against them to try and pull them over here. You just take that darkness and allow it to vibrationally get you into the center. You'll flow around it and it won't bother you. They will either come with you or they will resist till, remember I told you, they don't have a choice but to come up to the light. You don't have to determine their speed. Doesn't Chakra River, find me for additional, what I've suggested to people is pine needle tea for this. You can get it from Etsy very quickly, as well as NAC. It's called NAC. You can order it online. Both of those together do really well in the natural perspective. If you're trying to do it naturally, just keep yourself so you're not affected by them. Amazon, by the way, does not have it, just so you know. But Etsy does, and some other providers do. Find me if you need to find out where to get it, but it's called NAC. And Natural Grocers and Natural, I don't know, this person I think is in Wisconsin. I think that's where you'll be out of. So anyway, my point being is I know I'm running over a little bit, but you will be able to get it when you just look for these two pieces. They will help you find your neutral space. I have several people who have had the same experience and it neutralized both, okay? It didn't put either in an extreme and it put you into the river flow. So I am over. I know this is a big topic. You guys are ready for equilibrium. It's happening as we speak. Spirit is your answer. Spirit is your solution tool for right now. Chakra, grab what you want, bring it into the golden ball, bring it in, clear your thoughts, clear your sound, open your heart, unzip, drop that thing into your base chakra, to your pelvis, run the golden ball into the ground, bring it back up, grabbing all of the dark spots, it's spinning, grabbing all of the darkness and the boulders out of you, and clap, be done. If you have to do it 15 times a day, in the shower, walking, I don't care. Keep going and through the 8th. You guys are going to see manifesting happen like that. Okay? I love you all so much. I will see you in a week. It's going to be wonderful. Hang in there because I know you guys are questioning the equilibrium, but I promise it is going to balance out. We're on our way. Brightest blessings. Find me later if you need anything in addition. I will see you soon. Take care.